is Donnie, and that's Corbin. And what we're going to be working on is a Samsung 32-inch TV. Yeah, I realized I said Samsung. It's actually an Emerson 32-inch. It's, I'm not for sure the model, but it's an LED, HDMI, and there's the Emerson. And basically what happens is when you turn the TV on, it scrolls through all the sources. So the volume will go all the way up, or it'll go all the way down, or it'll start flipping through channels. So what it is there's a IR sensor board in here, and basically what has happened is that IR board sensor has gone out, and it seems to be pretty common in these types of TVs. To get to that IR sensor, which this is the back of the TV, which all the buttons are right here, what you have to do is you have to take two screws out, one here, and then you have to push in this little indent that's right here, and this little cover pops off. Now keep mindful of the screws, because I'll show you kind of the difference, but what you can then do is the power cord, of course you want to have it unplugged, but you have to push this down. Power cord unplugs from the TV. You just pull it all out and set off to the side. Then you got black, yellow, and red wires here. Basically those are the wires to the speaker. You just lightly pull up and then they'll come off. And what you have to do is there's a screw here. There's two screws here, here, and here. And then you kind of have to pry the back of it off, because it'll lock in down here along the bottom. As you can see, that's how it's kind of designed to lock in on the bottom. So with all that removed, you see the back of the TV. Basically all the computer board that controls the TV and such. Now right here is what we're going to be replacing, this IR sensor. So it is locked in. Let's see if I can, right here, as you can see, this tab will pull back, and there's one on each side. Well, I guess there ain't one on this side. There's just one on that side, and then you pull it back, it should pop out. Now you have to be careful with these ribbon. That's what communicates from the IR sensor to the motherboard, and I'll show you on the new one what the new one kind of looks like. Alright, so here's the new one. As you can see, this is where that ribbon connects, right here to here. There's a little groove, so it sets in a little slot right here, and then you can see down here where this little retaining tab locks in right there. So you flip it around, and look, you can see volume up, down, channel down, menu, source, and power, which is all consistent with what's down here. I know you can't see them because the words are on the other side, but that's pretty consistent. So what we'll do is we'll get that taken out. Okay, now just bear with me. I know the angle's kind of poor, but we'll go ahead and get this old one pulled out. Which of course is going to give me trouble.
You need a small screwdriver?
Yeah, flathead preferably. See how it comes out. mindful. Looking just to see kind of how that connects in. I got it, Corbin, thank you. You can see it just looks like it slides right on in. Got to find out. There we go. So this is the very outside. That's how it came apart. So without getting myself all mixed up, spin this around. Sorry you can't see because of my fat fingers. So I'm connecting the new one in. Maybe I can get it. There we go. This is the new one. Now I did notice something interesting. This is the new one, and this is the old one. Now, I don't believe those red and blue markings are normal, considering they're not on this one, but you never know. So I'm going to put this one back. Let's see. Alright. I got the appropriate bends back in there. Make sure you put it on the other side. Get it locked down in there. Come on. Gotta go down a little bit more. There we go. And then looks like it's locked in there. Cool. So there's the old one. I want to kind of look more into it because a lot of times you can tell where it's failed by just looking at all the components of it. So I apologize for flipping this back around. You can see right in between channel up and the menu button, it looks like there's some dark coloration. That's usually a good indication that something happened. Along the power, I don't know what that mark or those marks are for. So then let's flip it around and look a little closer. A lot of times you can tell when these components fail because there will be some discoloration, burn marks, stuff like that. So I already see one. Let me flip it around so you can see the numbers. So if you look at the D4051, see how it's smoked versus the other ones that look very close to it. More than likely that's the one that failed, and that's the one that's causing us so many issues. So keep looking. Like I said, I don't know what those marks are, but apparently I smudged it, so either or. But I would have to say, after looking closely at it all, the one that does not look like it should look is that D4051. So more than likely that's what's gone out on it. Alright, so as I was telling you about the screws, look closely at the screws. Some of them are fine thread and others are not fine. And how you can tell which one goes where is where the screw holes are. The ones that are metal are going to be fine thread, and the ones that go into the plastic are going to be the not fine thread. So there's one there, there's one there, there's one there, and then you got metal, 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 plastic, and so on. And then you got your different colored one that goes right there. So I'm using like a number 0 Phelps. Oops. So that makes it easier to get those little screws out. So you don't want to use something big, but you also want to use something that won't strip out the screws. So now, go ahead and get this baby put back together. You shouldn't have to force it together. It should just kind of pop back in and lay back in where it's supposed to be. Alright, so, oops, that was loud. That's a finesse. I sometimes hate how tiny these screws are. I might not be able to use that on that one. I have to use my other gun. It doesn't really matter which one you put as far as order wise, just as long as you get them down in there and get them snug.
Oh, that hurt. You okay, buddy?
This helps.
Yep.
Alright. So just use a long handle one for. Just considering how far down. This one's going to be kind of a pain to try and get lined up. And get out. Alright, and then we'll put this on. Well, before we do that, let's plug in the speakers. So we'll have speakers.
I'd like to have sound.
Yeah.
That'd be
You
nice.
said you would like to have sound, Corbin?
Yeah, that'd be nice to have sound.
Okay. like to have sound, and you'd probably also like to have some power too, huh?
I just have to have a working TV on. I mean, I can live with that sound. Just as long as my TV works.
And basically all you do is you just kind of reroute it how it was in there.
You know, my luck,
Maybe.
we're gonna like replace this. I mean, this wasn't no less really expensive. But, like my luck, if we replace it and it maybe like the whole TV just like done.
Well, this was a $12 part, so considering TVs are cheap now these days, get you a boob tube TV. Alright, she's put back together. Now we'll check to see. Alright, so he's plugging in his TV now. Alright. Oh, the little red light came on. Yay! Let's give it a try.
Please work.
Why is the power button not like...
There we go.
Oh. Channel 3. No signal. It ain't jumping through this no more, so it works. So that's how you fix an Emerson TV. And what it would do is up there, it would just keep flipping blop, 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 in between the sources. And then...
Oh, well, speakers have been turned off.
So there is no output from the speakers, regardless of volume control setting. Please refuse below to manually activate the speakers. So apparently, we'll have to go into the settings and reactivate the speakers. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something. Bye.